Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? The plough is in shed right there, as I have finished ploughing field 1. The next task that we need to do is to get field 1 cultivating underway, and then once the cultivating is underway, we can then go up to field 25 here and gather up all the bales that are now mostly all along the bottom of the field. I've finished doing that one. I've returned the Crone Ultima. I have returned the Crone Big M. They are all gone back home. So what I'm doing right now is I'm customizing the T6 here to give it a bigger engine. It's an extra 10,000, and no, we're not in euros, are we? This is dollars here. We are in kilometers, but we need to be, no, not pounds, dollars. Right. Now, as we were, come up through here, customize, and we want a bigger engine. I don't think I'm going to change the wheels. Well, we got standards or narrow, so I don't want to do that. And I don't want a front loader attachment, so I just want the bigger engine so that this tractor can take a cultivator. And this is the one that we're going to use, hopefully, to cultivate that field over there. Although I don't know how it's going to cope with getting through those new ditches that we've ploughed up. And this is kind of the big thing that we're going to find out, is whether or not it can actually do it. We do have a cultivator. And that's why I've just upgraded this tractor, because this cultivator is supposed to be for 150 horsepower. So we'll see how this works out. I've got no idea at the moment, genuinely got no idea. This could go really well, or it could just go really, really badly. We'll have to find out. So let's drag that one out. It is an awfully big cultivator for this tractor. I am wondering if we may be sort of overextending ourselves a little bit with this particular one. We'll have to find out. We'll see as soon as he gets going. We'll see what it's like. And also the front weight. I don't know if that's going to cause us a couple issues as well, as it goes around the field. Choices and decisions. We'll have to wait and see what we can find out. Anyway, so the question that I asked you all last week was, well, I've got it written down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I got it on a piece of paper. I always write it down on a piece of paper, and sometimes I do lose things. So I asked you all if you wanted me to buy the battle tractor, or did you want me to get $100,000 worth of other tractors? Now, the battle tractor, for those of you who are unaware, is... Let me just go up through... Where is it? Come on, battle tractor. I do think it looks very cool. I do like the look of the battle tractor. However, it is not to everybody's taste. This here is the battle tractor. It looks like the Big Bud has been reskinned. It has 868 horsepower. No options available on it. But yeah, I said, did you want me to use the battle tractor and buy a couple other tractors? Or did you want me to spend $100,000 on lots of small, cheap tractors? And I got to be honest, I was surprised by the responses. We got quite a few various different cheap tractors that we could get and have a look at. I think we could have a bit of fun with this. I got to be honest, I was surprised by the responses. On day 1, 932 people, where we had 2,365 people answer the questions altogether. On day 1, 636 people said the 100,000 worth of tractors, and 296 people said the battle tractor. Okay. But then, on day 2, more people wanted the battle tractor. So it's kind of... it's gone both ways on the different vote days, but we had 2,365 people answer the question. 1,106 people said battle tractor, and 1,259 said that they don't want the battle tractor, they want the $100,000 worth of other small tractors, because the battle tractor is just not realistic. So we are going to go for the 100,000 worth of small tractors. However, given how close the vote was, and I'm going to try this with the AI extension. Let's see. Detects the field. 5.4, 5.5 hectares. Now, how much detection is it going to do? And how close to the edge is it going to run? Right, it's decided that it's going to go right through the very steepest part of the ditch. Just to make it as difficult as possible. Is it going to make it? This is the next question. Is it actually going to get through there? Apparently not. It's just going to stop. There we go, it's given up now. So let me climb it up out of the ditch. Okay, apparently I'm not going to climb it up out of the ditch either. Oh, no, we're going to do it. We can do this. Yes! Excellent. Right, okay, so we're out of the ditch. Let me start it again, see what the AI extension will do. I don't know why it's going quite so far over. I thought that it would have... Is it running right up to the hedge, is it? Is that what it's going to do? Hopefully on the next time round, it'll run it a little bit better with the outside edge of where it's already cultivated. It's when it gets back round to the ditch again. I don't know if this tractor is going to cope very well with dragging the cultivator through that ditch. I think that is going to be the bit that we're going to have trouble with. So anyway, the number of people that said that they wanted the battle tractor compared to the 100,000 worth of tractors, we're getting the 100,000 worth of tractors. I'm going to try and spend $100,000 on tractors. We might have to drip feed them in rather than buy a big bulk lot all at once. But because so many people have asked for the battle tractor, I will try and think of a job that we could do where we could lease the battle tractor for a single episode and at least give it a go so that we can try it out. Because a large number of people have asked to use that, for me to use the tractor. So yeah, I think if we lease it for a single episode, that kind of, hopefully it'll keep most people happy. Although it's you can never please all of the people all of the time, but you can please some of the people some of the time, and you can upset everybody all of the time if you really put your mind to it. It's really easy. But no, I'm not going to try and do that. Okay. This one is working. I'm going to just nurse this one around the outside round now, just to make sure that it does it okay. Because we got a whole load of bales that we want to go and get. We want to get some of those silage bales up to the cattle yard, ready for the cows, and then we want to sell some of them as well. I've got a lorry up there waiting, and I've got the Fendt guy is on his way up there as well, so that we can make a bit of money. And the silage is ready at the biogas plant as well, so we've got silage to sell on top of the bales to deal with. For the most part, he's done okay. There was a little bit of an incident up the top there with the fence, and again down there as it comes to the corner to turn. But generally speaking, so far, things have been going well. And now this is the bit that I'm most sort of concerned about, is whether he's going to get through this okay. Okay, that time he went through perfectly. He's just gone straight through. He's not worried about any of the rest of it. And he should now go into the field. There's a little bit of overlap there, but generally I think we can run with that, because we can just walk away and we can leave this, so we don't need to concern ourselves with it. It's not going to be an issue. Right, that's dealt with. We'll come back and we'll have a look a little later just to see how he's doing with the ditches in the field, and see how that is affecting it, the drainage ditches. Hopefully it'll go through it okay. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how it copes with the rest of it. The corners seem to sort of cope all right, and yeah, I'm actually really pleased with this. Right, anyway, we need to go and get these bales. Right then, my question for this week. I've been having a little bit of a think about this, and as we're going to be buying $100,000 worth of small tractors, I'm sort of thinking, well, we kind of need some stuff to go with the small tractors, because we don't really have a lot of stuff at the moment. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some hay and possibly some more silage bales from these fields up here, and we'll be cutting some of these for fresh grass as well. So in order to do that, we're going to need some various different tools. And so what I was thinking is we can either stick with the ones that we've got. Now, we've got that tedder there, haven't we? Oh no, we've got that one there. So we've got quite a big tedder there, although that only takes 55 horsepower to pull it. Windrowers, we got that one there, but there's a smaller Pottinger one there, and you've got a little Coon one there. That one's not very big, but there's also some other ones as well. We've got some much smaller mods. I'm just trying to find. Here we go. This one here. This is only a tiny one. This is 2.2 meters. You can use this one for raking or for tedding. Depends where the hitch goes on it. That only requires 25 horsepower, so we could put that on a very small tractor. And there's other little ones like that as well. You've got this tedder on the end, a little narrow one here for 25 horsepower. And mowers, I don't know if I got a particularly small mower. That one there requires 80 horsepower. But there are others available. I mean, I could use that one, although that's a topper rather than an actual mower, so it's a little bit different. This one is, well, that's a different one altogether, that one. It's like a verge trimmer, so we wouldn't use that for doing our mowing. But anyway, there's those mowers, but I can look for some more, and I can like try and find some small mods. just for grass stuff. Now, I'm aware that I'm also kind of doing this on Gorali at the moment, starting to get a selection of tractors because we're all small fields there. So I'm not going to go overboard with it on here because I don't want to be repeating. But I will just find, maybe we'll just stick with the mowers that we've got. Just go for like a Pottinger, like that one. So a side-mounted one on an 80 horsepower tractor, and then we could get a couple of like the little tedders and windrowers and things like that. But do you want me to do that? Do you want me to get some small stuff and some really small tractors, and do it for our grass and for making hay and stuff? Or do you want me to just stick with the ones that we've got? And instead of buying the absolute smallest tractors, try and sort of spend our money on some slightly more powerful ones. Like, that one's 122 horsepower, that one's 156. So we could get 4 or 5 sort of bigger tractors, like these here, these John Deere ones. I'm probably going to be using those on Gorali anyway. And then, oh, that one's 140 horsepower. That one's quite a powerful... See, like these little tractors, I think I'll save these for Gorali. The little tiny, like 40 horsepower sort of things like that. And we could use some of these bigger ones here. So you got like anything under 20,000. So I could get like 4 or 5 tractors in this kind of range, and we could stick with the machinery that we've already got rather than buying other stuff. So do you want me to get really tiny tractors, the lowest horsepower ones, plus some really small machinery? Or do you want me to get 4 or 5 tractors like these here, and the Fords, John Deere's, that sort of thing, and stick with the machinery we got? So do you want me to stick with the machinery we got, or do you want me to buy some really, really small stuff for really small tractors? It's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. And I feel I should apologise for making that. That was I went around that a really long-winded way, really, didn't I? I probably should have done that a little bit better, but anyway, there we go. Right, I'm going to pull this one over, because remember, we're going to keep the truck, the lorry, up here on the top, and I'm going to use the tractor to tow the trailer out into the field, because the lorry is not going to be able to get back up the field. If we would take that lorry in the field, it would get down to the bottom, and it would get hopelessly stuck. I mean, it might not with the game, it might still be able to get out. But in real life, there is no way that lorry, if you took it right down to the bottom, would be able to get back up that field. It would just wheel spin it and would be hopelessly stuck. You wouldn't be able to do anything. I suppose it would be an opportunity to use the tow bar mod. We could sort of tow the lorry out of the field. Actually, we might try that. That could be something worth trying. And because we've got the field on... everything on fast growth speed, and I did the baling last night, the field has now completely regrown. Everything is already back as it was. Now then, we want on here, that one, and Z, I need to change it to round bales 1.3. So I went for the 1.3s because I thought it would just be a bit easier to keep everything the same size, because I seem to remember in FS15, when you use the larger bales, you could sometimes be presented with some glitches. It did sort of have a few issues with using the larger bales here and there. So rather than risk it, we'll just stick with the ones that we got. So what I'll do is I'll have this on auto load, and we'll auto load as many bales as we can right down to the bottom. Then I will unload them onto the trailer and strap them down. And then will we use this mighty beast of a tractor to drag these bales up out of this field. And this is the bit that's going to be interesting. And also, this is also the bit where we see how many bales actually went disappearing off right into the trees here, and how many stayed in our field. Because we can drive into these trees, and if I zoom out like this, I might be able to sort of see them a little bit. I don't think we've got very many have gone into the trees. The trailer, I don't know why, but the small trailer on the dolly does seem to sort of drift around an awful lot. The bigger trailer doesn't do it this much. But I have noticed that this small trailer does seem to sort of slide a little bit. I'm not quite sure why. It's a lot less pronounced, though, with the double wheels on the dolly. With the single wheels on the dolly, it was doing it really, really badly, I seem to remember when we first started. We got one bale over here. There's one there against a tree, and there's one that's just gone into the other trees as well. I've gotten stuck there. Oh, I've got caught up on a branch. And that bale there is now rolling down the field. Where's it going to go? That's going to end up down the bottom over there. That's okay. We can allow that one. That one can stop over there. And if I go through these trees here, grab that one. There we go. Right, I will finish loading this trailer in a minute. I'm just going to drive around in these trees here and see if there's any errant bales that have disappeared into the trees. There doesn't actually seem to be any bales up in those trees. Because of the shape of the field down here, they all seem to have gathered all along the bottom here. There's a couple there in the middle of the field, but generally most of them are just straight along the bottom, all in a line. So if I come up here and grab that bale, I was thinking that we would take 2 trailer loads of bales over to the cows and then sell the rest, but I got a feeling that we're only going to have about 2 trailer loads of bales out of here. Because this trailer does seem to take quite a few. I mean, we got on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's another 10. So we can take 22 small bales on this trailer, which is a lot of bales, really. So that's 44. I can't remember exactly how many did. I think we did like it was only like 50 bales altogether. And we can't check our actual statistics because it doesn't differentiate between square and round bales. So. Right, there we go. That one's loaded. If I back it up now a little bit, we want to get to a point where we can unload these bales safely without them all rolling off, and then strap them on. We've got to strap them on pretty quick, so let's try it right here. See, that's held on quite nicely. And now we strap them down. And this is going to be the challenge for the tractor. Can we get it up the hill? Let me just turn it round a minute. And come up there. That. I'm starting to get a little better at backing these, even if I do say so myself. Now what I got to do is not drive too fast, and I don't want to be going over too much onto the side, because I don't want to tip this trailer over. It's going to be very top heavy. From past experience of carrying bales on these trailers in the time lapse, I have flipped these trailers over before. They're very, very top heavy. The actual trailer itself is quite light underneath, and because it's a reasonably high trailer, it's quite easy to turn them over. And here we go. Is it going to make it up this hill? I don't know if it is or not. It's genuinely struggling. We're down to 5 kilometers an hour, and I think this is like the least steep part of this field. Maybe it'll be a little better right over against the hedge, sort of going up that way. But then we've got to try and turn at the top. I just don't think we would get up the steep bit over there. I don't think that would happen. This is fantastic. Look at the struggle on it. The struggle is real, ladies and gentlemen. The struggle is real. This is brilliant. So I got to get down here with another trailer. We got to unhitch this one at the top and hitch it into the lorry, and then get the other trailer, bring that one down here and get another load. Get that back up to the top, and then we got to get both trailers with the lorry over to the cattle yard and unload there. I think we will put 2 trailer loads of bales over there, so that will be our silage bales taken care of. On the other hand, we could just do 1 trailer load over there and then sell the rest. Plus we can sell the stuff at the biogas plant, which will end up giving us a very large pile of money. And money, as you know, is always rather nice. Now, it's a known fact that money cannot buy happiness. And I don't want anyone to think that I am suggesting that money could buy happiness. However, it's also a known fact that money does buy you a better quality of misery. So that is what we're going to go for. We're going to go for large piles of money, so that even if we don't buy ourselves... Whoa! Okay, we got to be really careful coming out of there. I forgot about the single axle on the back. Yeah, we very nearly lost the load there. We've also got to be really careful coming down here. This is going to end up tipping our trailer over, isn't it? This is where it's going to get really hairy. It's going to tip that trailer right over, isn't it? Just going to have to go really slow. Oh, no, don't tip over. Oh, those bales all shifted. Oh, that was bad. That was really bad. Okay, we've done it. Okay, I think in real life I would not have put those bales 2 bales high. I would definitely... That definitely would have been a single bale layer. And we'd have done single bale layer to get the bales out of the field. We'd have offloaded them up here, and then we would have reloaded them into a transport load of 2 bales high, so that we could then move them from here. I think that would be the best way to do it, because quite frankly, that was rather hairy. That was rather hairy. I was extremely nervous about that one. Okay, we'll leave that trailer there. I've got to unhitch that one off the lorry, and let's go over there. Start you up, and I'll hitch in that trailer over there. I'd like to get 1 trailer load over to the cattle yards and 1 trailer load sold before we go today. And then tomorrow we've got whatever is left. We've got some silage that we need to deal with up at the BGA. We've got the cultivating is still going on. We will go and take another look at the cultivator in a minute. But then once the silage is done, was that saying like giving things for a bunker just then? Let me just walk over here. I'm sure it was just, I just came up with a, yeah, look at that. Okay, there's fill level chaff compacting 0%. So where is the bunker? Obviously that when the map was being built, he put a bunker here, and then forgot to remove it. So we could, in theory, there's a long bunker all the way down there. We could, in theory, put silage here. We could just make a heap of silage right here. Over this side. That might be worth trying. I think maybe we'll do that. Just a heap of silage, just in a heap, on sort of on its own, no walls or anything. I've seen videos of silage being done in Australia, where you're not preparing for winter, you're just preparing for the dry season. And so you're piling up all this silage in the field. And there's no sort of boundaries, no edges to it, no nothing like that, because you haven't got to worry about loads of water, loads of runoff, anything like that. It's just keeping it covered and turning it into silage. And yeah, we could try and do so. I don't know if it sort of happens like that in New Zealand. I think New Zealand, the weather is obviously a lot wetter in New Zealand than it is in Australia, and I'm not suggesting that your countries are anything like similar. But it could be worth a try. I think it could be quite interesting to do something like that. Just make a pile of silage on the floor, because I've not encountered another map where we would even have that option. So yeah, what do you guys think? Head into the comment section. Let me know what you think of that idea. Would you like to see me do some silage just in a random heap on the floor? Because we've got the ability there. That does look like it's actually classed as a silage clamp. And because it's got the mechanism is still left there in the map creation, we can do it. Now, we do have rather a lot of bales in these trees here. So if I just gather these all up a minute. And then we can scramble ourselves out of this field, which is the bit that takes a while, and get the bales over so we can get them unloaded and some of them sold. Well, I said I would try up against the hedge, and I'm questioning the wisdom of this particular move now, because it's rather steep right there. There's a little bump that's kind of made it a little bit more difficult than I originally thought. Plus, I've now got to actually turn the trailer, so I've got to drive along the side of the hill right at the top here, which again is something that's a little bit nerve-wracking. Let's come up round here. Can I swing round without having to shunt? Ooh, that was tight. That was very tight. I very nearly scraped the fence then. Last thing I want is to have to go back and do a whole load of fencing. I'm not a fan of fencing. I've spent a long time stringing up netting and barbed wire fences, and it's not something that I like to do too much of. Right, we want to keep the bale trailer over this side, but I've also got to remember not to slow down too much while I go over that bump, or we'll tip the trailer. Now we've got to come down here, and we've got to remember not to go too fast, or we'll tip the trailer. And really, I suppose to simulate real life, maybe we should have just done one layer at a time, but I didn't really want to do that. No, don't tip over, don't tip over. Oh, that was so close. I really thought it was going to go then. I genuinely thought it was going to tip over. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Okay. It's alright. It's okay. We can breathe. Okay, this is great fun. I'm genuinely enjoying getting these bales out of this field. It was alright using the Krone Big M and everything, but getting these bales out of here is considerably more entertaining than doing the mowing and the baling in the first place, because it's actually really difficult. There is the genuine possibility that we could tip these trailers over. I mean, yes, it doesn't have the kind of consequences that it would in real life, and I've got to have these trailers on a specific way round because this one here doesn't have a rear hitch. So I'll swap these over a minute and then we can get them up to the yard so that we can start doing our unloading and our selling. Right, I have swapped them over. He is ready to go, and I just wanted to show you something on here. I asked you all, I don't know if it was last week, it might have even been the week before now. I didn't know what that one was. I think we ended up going for standard in the end, didn't we? And then you got the design, you got Kufanger there. I think I pronounced Kufanger right. And then this one, I said Strab, but it's not it's not a B. It's pronounced as a double S. It's actually Strasse or Strasse. And it means street. So basically, Strasse would be road tyres, and then without, it would be standard tyres. So your street tyres or standard tyres is what I understand it. And then you've got design is standard. Kufanger is a bull bar, is the bull bar on the front. And I don't remember if we had that one on or not, but I mean, if you have a look, we do have we've got a plate on the front. So whether that is the bull bars, it could be, because it does look like we've got bars over the front. So yeah, that was the Kufanger. I genuinely can't remember if we got them or not. I'd have to go back and look at an old episode, the old episode where we got it, to see if it was the right one or not. So yeah, the Kufanger, that's the bull bars that go on the front, or just the bars, and then Strasse, I'm not sure if you pronounce the E on the end or not, but that is the other ones. And now, can I take this lorry up through those gates there? Slow down, slow down, slow down! Oh, the brakes are not very good on this truck. They're really not. Right, I'm curious, can I fit my great beast of a truck up that lorry, up that lane there, and into the back end of the cattle yard? I'm hoping I can. If we can unload one of these lots up here, we'll unload the back trailer up here, and then we will take the other ones. Oh, we're going to have to go a little bit slow because this is quite rough. We'll take the other ones, we'll take the ones just on the lorry itself over back to our main yard, and we'll sell the bales there in order to generate a little bit of cash. Although I am starting to think that because we have completely run out of time, maybe we ought to just unload these here at the yard, and we'll sell the other load tomorrow, and then we can get back up. I'll get it back up to the field and get some more bales loaded up so that we can sell a few more tomorrow. We've got all those to sell. The cultivating is underway, and we've got silage that we want to sell at the biogas plant, and we need to buy some cows. We're going to need to get some cows very soon. Start getting them into the yard. Now, how do I get through here? There is a lane that goes up there. I could go. Oh, I could just go straight through the shed here, I think. I'll go up to this lane here, and maybe I can go up round the top. Might be the easiest way, because I can't go through the milking parlour. And the rest of it is gated off. So let's come round here. Hopefully I can fit. It's a bit tight. I've just completely destroyed a gate post there. So just ignore that and pretend that I didn't actually just destroy a gate post. This is... Okay, I probably shouldn't have come up this way. I probably should have gone the other way. I'm pretty sure I can get the lorry in through here. I probably should have tried to go through the main shed rather than coming around this side. But if I go through there, that back one isn't going to fit through. So what I'll do is I unhitch it like this, and we'll bring these bales over. I'm just going to leave these bales outside. I don't think it's going to matter too much. So let's take these straps off like that and let them settle down a little bit. Load it back up, and then you press B so that it goes over to the side and unload, and there we go. It's that simple. It is that simple. So if I bring this one down here and I unload it, unhitch it there, I'm hopefully going to be able to now get the other trailer. If I can shunt it around just a little bit, I can get it through that gateway. At least that's the plan. Now then, my question for this week. Do you want me to get very small tractors and some small haymaking equipment, some small turners and rakes and things like that, and sort of use quite a lot of small tractors? Or do you want me to get some sort of medium tractors? I could still get 4 or 5 medium-sized tractors with our 100 grand and stick with the haymaking equipment that we've already got. So we'll just kind of keep it moving a little bit quicker. I think buying all the small tractors, just bear in mind that I am planning to buy lots of small stuff for Garali, because the small stuff is really going to fit that map really well. So it could be that we end up repeating ourselves, although I'm not going to be buying small cultivators and plows and stuff like that on this map. It would only be for to do with grass, anything to do with grass. I have just scraped that gatepost, but we're ignoring that. And yes, I should have unloaded this trailer rather than the other trailer. So I think I know what I'll do. I will leave this one up here. But yeah, anyway, it's your vote. It's your game. Head in the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Zip over this side. So tomorrow I will sell these bales, and then we can get this trailer here and the dolly and everything. We can come and get that, and we can go back up to the other field. We can get some more bales. We can take those. We can sell them. And I think tomorrow we will start buying cows. I think we need to actually get the cows in here, because we've been talking about it and we've been preparing for it for a long time. There's only so much preparation work you can do before you actually need to commit and get in and do something. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We are going to buy some cows. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's stop this one here. We're going to sell these tomorrow, so we're going to do it tomorrow rather than today. So we will leave this one here, and we will zip through. There we go. And we can take a look at this one while he's cultivating. But if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. He is getting through those ditches just fine. No issues there whatsoever. We'll take a look at that tomorrow as well. So many things that I'm going to be doing tomorrow on this map. But yeah, we'll get to it. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.